See, because your first film is a film which you've been really living for many years. Every director who's ever made a film or ever wanting to make a film, that's that person's life's dream.
एक
पिक्चर बना दो उसके बाद भगवान मार दो चलेगा पर एक पिक्चर. So that film is very pure that there's nothing else except the joy of making that film. You're not worrying whether it'll run or not run. You're not worrying about anything else except that there's a film I want to make, there's a story I want to tell, and let me make this film. When the film is made, I want to sit with my family, with my friends, and tell them, look, guys, I've made it. And that's exactly what happened to me. I remember that last month is usually mad amount of work. 19th of December it was releasing, I remember. So 18th ko sara kaam khatam ho gaya, film dekh li, I showed it to my parents and friends and everybody saw it and there was general joy that achhi film hai, theek ho gaya. Happy, content with life. I remember I slept so well. And next morning I didn't get up early. I said, now there's nothing to do. Unlike उस समय इतने promotion भी नहीं होते थे. तो सो गया. At 1 o'clock I got a call from Rajesh Mapuskar who was assisting on that film. He said, जाके देखना चाहिए theatre में कि how are people reacting. And I said, हाँ यार. So that thought didn't cross my mind that we should actually go and see how people are reacting. It didn't matter. I've done my film. It doesn't matter. I said, हाँ यार, अच्छा देखना चाहिए कैसे.
That's amazing.
We got up and I remember first we went to Gaiety. I was running up I think the balcony जब पहुंचने में time लगता है वहाँ गए. अंदर जाके देखा तो hall was like, it was 50% occupied. I still remember that carom scene was going on where the old man plays the carom and it goes like that. And when that scene happened, with those 50% people, they started, actually, the first day audience is a bizarre audience, this thing, they really, and all that, he starts drinking the juice. And I can hear the sobbing. And I turn back and Baman is in tears crying. And when we came out, we saw the first houseful board for the 9 o'clock show.
At New Empire.
So there were many funny anecdotes. So then when I went to the Film Institute, I actually wrote a story about 3 medical students. And also in that period was a journey of exposure with a lot of doctors where within my family there were some people who were unwell, so I got really exposed to doctors, and so there was some little angst against them also. I could see the little corruption in the system. Not that all doctors were like that, but some of them were like that. Eventually, many drafts later, I wrote one story about a gangster. The whole film used to begin with a gangster getting a headache, severe headache, and he's taken to a doc, and there's some tests done, then he's taken to an ophthalmologist, some more CT scans, MRI, and he goes through series of doctors and a lot of money is given. And next morning actually is okay because he realized it was just a hangover. But he realizes how much of money was made by many people. So he says, yeah, money even I make, money even these guys make, but I don't have any respect and these guys have respect. So let me get into this job. This is a far more respectable job. So he used to go to a medical school to become so it started from there, but then it seemed a little cruel towards doctors.
So, Raju, of course, in hindsight now, we know that nobody else could have done the role like Sanjay Dutt did. But at that time, Vivek Oberoi was in the mix, Shah Rukh Khan was in the mix, Sanjay Dutt was supposed to play Zahir, which was ultimately played by Jimmy Shergill.
Yeah.
This whole, you're a new kid and there's all this stuff going on. What was that like?
No, of course, yeah. I remember when I came to Vinod, I came to him saying that I want to meet Anil Kapoor. I actually that time didn't even think that Vinod used to make films for himself. I didn't realize that he's going to produce this. So I came to him saying कि मेरे को Anil Kapoor से मिलना है and you know him, can you? So Vinod being Vinod, he said, but how can I recommend you? I don't know what you're making. If you're making some rubbish, he'll take me very seriously. And so I said, then you hear the script. So after a few days, Vinod heard the script and then of course started talking and then we all got involved. Then things kept on changing. Vinod had seen Vivek. Company Rushes he had seen and he recommended that. But then that was a journey from Vivek to Shah Rukh. When it came to Shah Rukh, I just couldn't believe that.
That's a possibility.
That's a possibility. I thought Shah Rukh, why will he do? So I still remember Vinod made a call to him and I met him on the sets. He was shooting for Devdas. I used to love narrating the script because the first script really you know it from beginning till end.
You know every beat.
Every word, everything, every emotion.
How long would the narration be?
It would be a 2.5 hour to 3 hour, 2.5 hour to 45 kind of a narration. And
Full matlab.
proper. And you could wake me up at 3 in the morning and I would say, it's 5:30 in the morning. This man is taking a walk. And I would do it very passionately. I would love to. I had practiced it for many months with many people. So I had gone to Shahrukh thinking, I'll somehow the whole. But he was busy shooting. He said, yeah, show this script. I'll read it. I was very disappointed. And I remember leaving the script with him. Right next morning, I think it was lying in his car, so on his way back or back in the morning, he read it or must have skimmed through it. So he called me and he said, next week come and meet me. So I said, if he's calling me, that means he is interested. And over a period of time, I realized he was very keen. He had really loved the script. Then he called up Aishwarya and he said, go and narrate it to her also. Then I met Aishwarya. So of course, I just couldn't
Were
believe
you
that.
dazzled?
Of course, I was dazzled. I said, what is this? My first film with Shah Rukh and Aishwarya, and just sitting there and narrating it to Aishwarya like this was, fun for me that time. Actually, जब कहानी लिखी, कहानी बन गई, तो टाइटल्स की बात आई कि अब फिल्म का नाम क्या रखें. बहुत सारे नाम लिखने शुरू किए. कुछ 100-150 टाइटल्स हम लोगों ने लिखे कि ये रख सकते हैं. पहले डिसाइड कर लिया कि फिल्म में दिल वर्ड नहीं होना चाहिए, सनम वर्ड नहीं होना चाहिए, मोहब्बत नहीं होना चाहिए, बिकॉज वो सारे फिल्में आजकल यू कांट समझ में नहीं आता कि ये फिल्म कौन सी है, ये फिल्म कौन सी है. तो हमने शुरू से सोच लिया कि हम फिल्म में ये शब्द कहीं इस्तेमाल नहीं करेंगे. बहुत सारे नाम रखे. फिर फिल्म में कैरेक्टर का नाम मुन्ना भाई है, जो एक भाई है, एक गुंडा है और वो डॉक्टर बनना चाहता है, तो MBBS. फिर ये हमारे ऑफिस में एक लड़का है दिलीप देसाई, उसके मुंह से टाइटल निकला कि व्हाट इफ इट्स कॉल्ड मुन्ना भाई MBBS. और इंस्टेंटली सबको अच्छा लगा कि यूनिक टाइटल है, अटेंशन ड्रॉ करेगा. बस उस दिन से फिर इसका नाम मुन्ना भाई MBBS हो गया. सी संजय की कास्टिंग तो पहले हो गई थी. संजय को स्क्रिप्ट सुनाया था, लाइक इट एंड ही एग्रीड टू डू इट. फोन घुमाया, एज वी नो डज थिंग्स वेरी फास्ट. और संजय दत्त एक साथ कैमरा फेस कर रहे हैं. उन्होंने कई फिल्में साथ में की हैं, पर वो कभी भी फ्रेम में साथ में नहीं रहे. आई थिंक इट्स अ ब्लेसिंग फॉर द फिल्म. अरशद वारसी संजय का एक दोस्त का रोल कर रहा है, जो कि उसका बहुत ही, वी कॉल हिम द वन मैन आर्मी, कि संजय ने कुछ बोल दिया, मुन्ना ने कुछ बोल दिया, तो ये सोचना नहीं पड़ेगा, वो काम कर देगा. And he's done, you have to watch him, he's done a mind-blowing job. Paman is Gracie's father in the film, and he's played a very dignified doctor in the film. Again, you have to watch him in the film. Jimmy comes in later half of the film, and he's playing a patient. He walks into the hospital, and how he bonds with Munna. Then there's Rohini ji, who's playing Sanjay's mother in the film. So these are the main people we have. बहुत लाइट फिल्म है, बहुत आप, I hope so that you will laugh in the film. You'll also cry in the film. But अगर मैं 2 शब्दों में कहना चाहूँ कि किस टाइप की फिल्म है, तो I'll call it a feel good film. It's a very feel good. You watch it, you like it. हमने बहुत सारे लोगों को फिल्म दिखाई है, वो निकलते हैं, all of them say we want to come and watch it again. And it leaves a very good feeling when you walk out of the film. Even if you cry, you're not crying because of sadness. You're crying because you like that emotion. You're happy for those characters. That's why you're crying. So बड़ा खुश करके आप, बहुत हंसती खुशी से आप निकलेंगे.